What a first half we had here at Twickenham. The Navy racing out to that 10-point lead, and then the Army powering their way back in. And we were talking at half-time to our own, saying it's the one-out runners, the individual runners that have brought the Army back into this game. It's the Navy collective that have to come together and win this second 40.
Yes, it's ones and twos that the Army have been doing the damage, but the collective, you know, the togetherness of this Navy side has been what's brought them through. You know, got them 10 points on the board, quite slick when they have the ball, but just a few errors just crept into their game in the last 10 minutes. And also their first up tackling has to improve. They're good on the scramble defense. First up tackles, particularly against the Army back row, Bola, Satala, Cava. They've got to make those first up hits.
Okay, you go.
Warm day here in southwest London. Bit of rain early this morning. But a very warm day. Will fitness play its part later on in the game?
Guys, I give you the
McLaren took that ball brilliantly.
Okay, but next time.
Army didn't contest though.
Yeah, a wedge, ball at the back. Okay. I'll give it accidental that time.
Alex Whittaker is on for Matty Dwyer.
Touch. Give him a gap to hit.
Debut season for Alex Whittaker.
Touch.
About a foot taller than his two props, the hooker.
Engage. Hold.
Doesn't make much difference to the power of that scrum. Big Joe Carver. Slade Jones, little fumble. The referee says play on. Strong start for the Army here, using that power. We all know they have Jack Prasad just waited on the pass. Prasad.
Well, he sucked in Callum McRae here, so you think there has to be some space on the far side.
And there is, and it's Ben Seru, and the Army have started this second half with a bang.
Big ball carrying, spreading the ball quickly. Prasad doing damage as well. Took on his opposite number, sucked in Callum McRae, and it's all about then recycling the ball quickly, because you know they're just going to be running out of players. But it started from this. Cava, oh, that is not a nice tackle to make, but it's got to be made, and he wins vital yards, takes players out as well. And here we see Prasad. They're all lining up outside, all the eyes are going wide. He backs himself, the ball comes out. They're too close in, and a great line from the replacement there from Alex Whittaker. Just attracts the attention of the inside cover defence.
He fooled everyone, didn't he? Alex Whittaker, Seru. And 7th Army cap scores here. Proud moment for anyone from the Royal Navy or the British Army scoring here at Twickenham. Kerry Cummings has another opportunity. Some points, he can't get them. 17-10 though. Geraint Ashton-Jones less happy than he was in the opening minutes of the first half.
Well, that's the sort of start I think we expected from the Army in the first half, but they've obviously had a fair old talking to. Look at that dummy runner there, just attracts the attention. Yeah, really sensible play as well. Smart rugby from the Army.
We're talking about individual runners. Joe Carver, from that opening scrum, attracted 4-5 defenders. Barnstorming run from the number 8. Good work from Sarah on the high ball as well. Just about still in. Slade Jones. Nakamavutu. As far as John Marlin had an excellent first half, didn't he, John Marlin? Flicks it inside, tries to find a player in a blue shirt, just about does it.
Well,
Andy Sanger,
Andy
much happy
Sanger
with the start of the second half.
Yeah, he'd be very happy, not only with the try, but also what has come since. A really solid restart. Caught the ball Really see this. This is a great catch. Mid-air, held up very well, never takes his eyes off the ball, plucked, and then a very good box kick, very good chase. They win the ball back, doing the basics well. Much better start from the Army in this second half.
Do we get the feeling that a slight riot act was read at half-time for the Army?
I'm glad I wasn't inside that changing room at half-time.
I'd love to have been a fly on the wall. Little Ben Serra at 5'10",
really
getting that high ball.
Really important as well for the Navy that they don't let this get to them now. They've got to just stem the flow, stem that tide that's coming from the Army. Just 7 points at this stage going into the last 10-15 minutes of the game. Really is very straightforward to claw back, but they can't afford to let the Army get ahead. Another try.
Almost 63,000 people here at Twickenham. That speaks volume to what this game means to everyone involved in the armed forces.
I think also just the high regard that the forces are held in around the world. You know, this game probably increases in significance far more given what is going on around the world, and people here are in celebratory mode, but they're also very aware of the professional lives of these players and of the servicemen and women all over the globe.
And they understand by them being here, possibly somebody else has got to be somewhere else, and they're very thankful for that. There's Wayne John, the Navy fly half. Started last year after 3 years on the bench. He's only transferred to a fly half in the last couple of seasons, was scrum half before that.
I think he learned his trade at Llanelli. Probably was exposed to Stratty Park, and a lot of these players either come from sort of a Cornish type of background or Welsh. There's a lot of Welsh in these two teams as well, really steeped in rugby history.
Wayne John just recovering from that attempted tackle on Joe Carver. That is a brilliant scrum for the Navy. That is a huge psychological lift for the men in blue.
Quite rightly, they applaud themselves. That was huge from the Navy, and certainly from what we saw in the first half. One of the last things we expected to see. Massive scrum. Need to see them back it up with a quality line out. But again, whatever's been said in that Navy changing room, they've come out really to do a job on their opposite numbers. Reversed it completely there.
That has to be a mental thing, doesn't it? Because the Army physically have had the upper hand in the scrum throughout this entire 45 minutes or so of this game. Just weren't concentrating then. The Navy can't back it up with the line out. Slade Jones. There's a Vacatini. Such quick feet. Bolla. Lovely offload here from him. From Nakamavutu. Nakamavutu sees some space in front of him. The Army are playing some excellent rugby in this second half. Whittaker now. Bolla again. Prasad. Such an aggressive fly half, isn't he, Jack Prasad? Takes it right to the line.
Well, lots of free-flowing rugby, but you just wonder maybe whether that ball should have gone out. Here we see the ability to offload the ball.
Go, guys. Five
and then just pace, just really attacking that defensive line. But here, where do you see that's this line of reds out wide? That ball's got to go.
Stay.
Gareth Evans normally throwing into the line out in a Plymouth and Albion shirt. There's Evans again. What he would do to score another try. Winning try, as he did last year. Now Dave Pascoe needs to just rally his troops here, doesn't he? They've been shocked at the beginning of this second half. They just need to try and play the fast, furious rugby they played in that opening 30 minutes or so.
Well, they've got to get their hands on the ball, first of all. They've got to get possession. They've got to take control away from the Army. And the only way to do that is to starve them of the ball. Problem is that line out that we saw after the really excellent scrum, they coughed it up and handed the ball back. They've got to make the Army work harder for possession of the ball.
Whittaker, that's not straight, but the referee says play on. Jack Prassad attracting defenders as ever. Nakamavutu. What a ground. Ball, good hands from him. Seru. Barden. So ferocious over the ball, the open side for the Navy. And he's won possession back for his side. Purely about Greg Barden there. Brilliant body position. And would not give up the fight for the ball.
Well, for all the physicality of this Army side, Greg Barden showing excellent technique, and they've got to put their heads in there. They've got to get their bodies in on the ball and compete at the breakdown. Yeah, you get the feeling Navy very much chasing shadows at the moment, but Barden just keeping his eye on the ball.
Engage.
Played in the blue on a Bristol shirt, didn't he, Greg Barden, for a season. Evans on a wonderful step from the number 8. Normally a front rower, of course. Llewellyn. No Josh Drowning on the left wing for the Navy. He's got a finger injury.
Offside.
Really good play from the left winger there. Managed to keep the ball in. He was under big pressure.
Slow retire, lads.
Good play. Vital yardage down the touchline.
Look at this step from a front rower.
Who's now a back rower, and I think that's the reason that he's been shunted back. He's had the ball in his hands quite a lot this afternoon. Lovely offload. And here we see Llewellyn. He's got 2 guys chasing him. Just gets the old handbrake on. Works his way infield. A little bit of strength there and keeps the ball alive.
As you say, very quick to playing in the back rows.
Guys,
Played there 2007 and 2009.
9. Can we change 9 after the kick?
There we go, Slade Jones. He's winning his 24th Army cap.
9.
His wife Michelle also plays scrum half for the Army women. So a rugby family. Ian Martin coming on now. Good scrum half. Just back from his ops. He's educated at St Mary's College just down the road here in Twickenham. Was at Twickenham's development squad for a while. He's a little general. Organises his forwards very well.
Go back! Go back! Okay.
So Ian Martin on the scrum half for the Army. Satala took the line out. They looked to, instead of driving maul of their own, a tactic was so effective for the Navy in the first half. There's Kerry Cummings just to clear the lines and does so.
Well, we're talking about the control having been handed to the Army. And the Navy, they had the penalty, they got the line out of it. But that is the key area at the moment. They need the set piece to function a lot more effectively in the second half.
John, is it fair to say the slower this game gets, the more it plays into the Army's hands?
Without doubt, because they've got the physicality in the ball carriers. The Navy, they want to keep the tempo up. They want to get it through the hands.
Barden again. Stopped once, says the referee.
Captain.
Satala and Marsh Cormac just reacquainting themselves. They've known each other for a long time from this fixture. Pascoe's been told to use it by the referee. Here's Wayne John. Sleeman this time is used as a decoy. Llewellyn, not the best of passes to Andy Vance. And Marlin have come inside and the communication breaks down and just not working for the Navy.
Again, doing the basics well there. But this pass, if this pass goes in front of the player with him running onto the ball, all of a sudden it's a 2-on-1 on the outside. The pass behind him, he has to turn, he has to jump, just takes all the pace out of the attack. But the Navy will take great heart out of that. The tactic which worked best for them with Barden at the back of that driven maul, sucking in Army defenders and just releasing a little bit of space on the outside.
So often they use Sleeman, don't they? And the sucking defenders. That time he was used as a decoy.
Well, you see Jack Prasad there, the Fijian 10. Maybe not the most natural of kickers, but that's not his instinct. It's to run with the ball in hand. Again, patience in the line out. Navy really trying to get up to claim that ball.
Wicked pounce to a rugby ball. Yeah, it's fair to say he's not a kicking fly half, Jack Prasad. Barden can't take the ball. Boller. Wayne John this time. Much better tackle on the blind side flanker. The work rate of Greg Barden is absolutely unbelievable. Every single breakdown, he is there and he is challenging for the ball. This time illegally, he's slowing the Army down, not allowing it to get into the hands of their big runners, the likes of Carr and Boller and Satala. That back row, so effective for the Army.
Well, for all the efforts of Greg Barden, this is a very important kick. Just in the landscape of the game, just it could potentially take the Army to a 10-pointer. Just makes life that little bit more difficult for the Navy. Just mentally you feel we have to chase the game maybe a bit more, the 50-50 passes. But Kerry Cummings, 1 from 4 isn't the best stat.
Important kick for Cummings. Go on high. Very well struck penalty from Kerry Cummings. 10 points is the lead now for the Army. 10 points, 20 points to 10.
Well, it was a terrific kick. 1 from 4, puts a kicker under all sorts of pressure. But it was right at his distance. Lovely strike. And 2010 all of a sudden feels like quite a stretch for the Navy to claw in. But they know from last season it is an 80-minute game.
It's Budgeon. Oh, it's a good rumble from Chris Budgeon. Loves having ball in hand, doesn't he, Chris Budgeon? Cummings slotting in at fly half, can do that very well. Passes bobble around, and again it's turned over.
Well, Chris Budgeon, you get the feeling he's a very popular character in the stadium here. And he's offered himself up quite a few times in this game so far. But here we go with a little pick and go, brushes off Ben Pretty. And that run, by the end of this evening, I'm sure will be at least 30 metres. Maybe with an odd sidestep thrown in on a dummy.
By the end of tonight, that'll be a 50-metre run.
Crouch, touch, pause.
Great character.
Taking him by the red
Sides
target.
are built on tight heads, aren't they?
Red target.
Evans. It's an excellent run from him. He decided to take the responsibility into his own hands. Gaz Evans then. He's done really well. Wayne John, there's numbers out there. Pass doesn't go to hand. Has it gone backwards? No. And the move comes to nothing.
Again, a sense of an overlap there, but the precision of the pass just a little bit lacking. And here we see just trying to get tempo back into the game. Gareth Evans, he has been everywhere this afternoon, along with his back row colleague Greg Barden. And just this pass. Again, there's 11 to 14. That pass in front, the take and give would release John Marlon, and we've already seen how dangerous the right winger could be. But the Navy, they've been blown away really in that last 8 minutes of the first half. 2 minutes, that's a 10-minute spell, 3 tries, completely changed the landscape of this game.
I was just going to say, the Navy haven't scored since the 11th minute. They need to score some points, don't they? Those 2 penalties they turned down in that first half, that would possibly make it 2016.
Yeah, they're having to work harder for the ball. Maybe no surprise, they just subbed a lot forward on a back rower. There we see everybody's come perfectly dressed.
I was going to say, that is some camouflage.
I saw 12 Elvis Presleys earlier on as well. Everybody getting into real party mode here.
It's attracted all the big names, the Army and Navy.
2 teams coming up.
Ricky Reeves. Yadi waiting to come on for the Army.
Hands up. Okay, crunch. Touch.
Melvin Lewis, the Army captain, knows this game is not won by any stretch of the imagination at all. Free kick to the Army at the scrum. Chris Budgeon. Now he's fancying kicking to touch, is he? It's free kick. No, he's going to play scrum half now. Doesn't matter. May have a 3 on his back, but he can play anywhere around the park, can he, Chris Budgeon? Cummings. Andy Vance stripped of the ball. Martin did very well. Martin there. Pass was cut out in front of him. Cummings has to leap high to take that ball. Sleeman makes the tackle on him. Advantage to the Navy coming.
Mark it for me, advantage.
Marsh Cormack. McRae. Marsh Cormack, 15 years of service. Joins Del Cross as the most capped Navy lock today. Marsh Cormack. Andy Vance took the ball very well.
Yeah.
Set up this opportunity, and now it's a penalty, and Dave Pascoe says, I'll have a shot to goal from here, please, referee.
Yeah, Andy Vance took a high ball very well, was under all sorts of pressure. 3 Army runners on him. Got away from that first tackle, but then this is the problem. The ball comes loose, gave it back, and the Navy, well, they've been fortunate here. They didn't take 2 opportunities at scoring points through the boot in the first half. And Dave Pascoe, captain for the day.
Red. 3 and 8.
It's a miss from Dave Pascoe. It's a bad miss.
Yeah, it's far from pretty.
Bring him on to change it.
But they're down
8, yeah.
in the Army half. They want to just get a sustained spell of pressure down here.
Chris Budgeon comes off. Exeter playing Wasps today, but he's here. Such is his commitment to the Army. Ricky Reeves coming on for him. Joe Carver coming off as well. And Corey Yardy coming on for him. Changing the front row and back row then for the Army. Fresh legs.
Well, at 38 years of age, I think 60 minutes is a heck of a good effort. And he's been everywhere. He's been picking and going. He's tapped the ball. He's passed it off the free kick. He's had a big hand in the scrums as well.
Time on, let's go.
Into the final quarter then. Just 10 points the difference, and you know why Dave Pascoe went for that penalty, to get within 7 if he was successful, just to get the Navy back on the scoreboard. Sleeman tries to do everything in his powers to try and get the Navy going forward again. The Army again have turned it over. Demanding the ball here as well. Jack Prasad comes from nowhere, just slings it out to Apo Satala. Here's Bola. Seru outside, flicks it inside, one-handed. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. From the Army's Fijian contingent. Prasad, Satala, Bola, and in the end, Seru, and he scores his second try this second half.
Well, we've seen Prasad run with the ball in his hands, attack the gain line. On that occasion, there was only one thing going through his mind, and that was to get the ball out wide as quickly as possible. Again, the precision in the passing, not there from the Navy. There's a little bit of a turnover, and from here on in, it's all about the Army. Look at Prasad straight away, gets out wide. Lovely take and give. The back row combining as they have all day. Satala, to Bola, to Seru.
Simple enough conversion for Kerry Cummings. But Bola in that first half missed an opportunity like this, didn't it? This time he wasn't going to miss that opportunity.
Right, you look at the Fijian players in open play there, and just, you know, they could have a Fijian shirt on them. It looks like a Hong Kong Sevens. You know, so comfortable with ball in hand. There, you know, Satala is a Hong Kong Sevens winner, so they have this, you know, instinctive play. The ball in one hand, just coaxing Seru inside.
Gareth Evans coming off.
Come here.
Taken in the air. Scott Thorne.
Hang on, mate. I know you want to get in the game, but that's reckless, okay? Calm yourself down.
Yeah, a young man who's only just on the field, came back from a shoulder dislocation earlier this season. Didn't think he was going to play. His last opportunity to play for the Navy.
Your call?
Just too eager to try and get into the game.
Time still on?
Well, I think it's just over-exuberance from the young replacement. Just trying his best to get into the game, make an immediate impact. It's 27-10, and it feels like a long time, not only since the Navy scored, but since the Navy actually looked like registering points on the board.
And it's little mistakes like that, isn't it? That turnover we saw for the Seru try, that tackle off the restart. Maybe can't afford to make it. It's Prasad now. The Fijians have got the wind in their sails. Kwazavakatini just about taken down. Corey Yardi, Martin, lovely service. Nakamavutu, his numbers out here. Gittings, Satala. Now there's doubt again from the referee, from Apo Satala scoring a try. If this decision is given, you feel like the game has gone the way of the Army.
Okay. David, can you hear me? Is that a try?
Has he squeezed in at the corner? That's the question.
Well, certainly in real time it looked as if it got in. And I don't think there's any doubt about that one. Yeah, we talked about fingertips. There's a huge lump on top of that ball. And that was the best passage of play the Army have put together in this whole match. Solid set piece, really comfortable on the ball, dynamic ball carriers, precision, and just using just that last few feet inside the touchline. And when you got somebody 6'2", 18 stone from that sort of distance, really difficult to stop.
Thank you.
That was a slightly easier decision for Dave Matthews. It's been awarded now by Sean Davey. 32-10 now. As you say, Tyrone, lovely piece of rugby, lovely phase of play from the men in red. What they're capable of.
Well, you see it here. Great ball off the top. They've got options. inside, they release the backs. Prasada takes it to the line, beautiful handling, and it's just composure now. Look at all the players there, so organised. They got 3 in on the ball, quick, recycled.
Kerry Cummings has finally found his kicking boots. Lovely strike from him. That is some lead now.
Well, confidence is an amazing thing. Even Cummings just stroking that one over. Here you see that the Navy defence has been valiant, but it's just having to do too much. But what about this for a conversion? That'll help the stats. But it all becomes that much easier when confidence is sky high.
Turnover. Gittins can't keep hold of the ball. It's turnover and then turnover again.
No advantage from the first knock on.
Gareth Ashton-Jones, his last game in charge as the Navy Director of Rugby. Former referee, of course, but he has done so much for Navy Rugby. Changed the focus, changed the way they approach the game in terms of their physical preparation especially. Certainly that's what won the day last year. His influence cannot be underestimated to Navy Rugby. Gareth Ashton-Jones, in his last game, not the going away present or leaving present he would have wanted.
For the Army, it'll very much be a case of normal service resumed. When they win this trophy, they seem to rack up quite a number of successive wins. And the Navy, well, they stopped them last year, they stopped them in 2001. But as the match has gone on, just the power and the physicality of this Army side has come through.
Martin snapples up the loose ball. Much quicker a thought there. Corey Yardy has made an impression since he's come on. Prasad.
Look on forward. Cross forward.
It's a little bit scrappy. This may well cap a fine season for the Army. They beat Cambridge and Oxford University. Really twice beaten those two great universities in the same season in the last 20 years. Beat the RAF, the other team who forced into this Inter-Services Championship. 52-0 it was, 8 tries. Seru scored 2 tries that day as well. 2 here at Twickenham. Satala with 2 tries as well. 34-10. An absolute mountain to climb for the Navy now. Just not been allowed to play, not been allowed to play with the ball in the second half.
Well, after that opening quarter, we talked about how maybe the slightly one-dimensional physicality from the Army was being negated by the slick, more dynamic play by Navy, but the power really has come through from the Army. They're winning the collisions, they're getting across the gain line, they're causing the Navy, who have been brave, they're causing them to miss tackles, and the Navy, when they have had the ball, they've given it away, or the passes haven't stuck.
And Craig de Pasco, pretty. His second run in this move. John Marlin, South African by birth. The right winger, played for the Natal Sharks in his youth. Wayne John. Into mark Robbie Roberts.
Ball's out.
Ball says, the referee says the ball is out.
Move 2.
Martin. Press that again. Nakamavuti, he does so much great work in the midfield, doesn't he? Corey-Yardy, just about brought down by Sleeman.
Hands away, Red.
What a good game from Dale Sleeman in the midfield for the Navy, with and without ball. Turnover again. Here's Barden. Lovely offload. Scott Thorne. Number 23 captain. Wayne John. Pretty again. They're trying to create this fluid, quick style of rugby, aren't they, the Navy?
They are, but it's on their own 10-metre line. They're having to play the game in an area of the pitch that is a pressurised zone. And we've talked about the back row, but here's a guy, Nakamavutu. Lovely feet, and look at the offload.
And when you have the likes of Kwazabakatini, Seru, Cummings around you, you need a rudder, don't you? A man who's going to attract defenders, going to do the hard running for you in the midfield. And Peseli Nakamavutu is that man.
And just Jack Prasad as well. Given that ball, he knows exactly where his supporting runner is. And when you've got somebody like that who can break the gain line, all of a sudden, just blue shirts being pulled towards him, that offload just causes total chaos. And then you've got the big ball carriers just to torture you even more.
Are you okay?
All-round package, isn't it, the Army possess?
Who's this? Come on.
It's the first try for the Army when they were 10-0 down, Satal, and then Jack Prasad. Wonderful in individual effort. Around Andy Vance like he wasn't there.
You stay there. He's there.
Well, we've seen Prasad take that ball to the line, showing his pace. Has taken the right decisions today. Seru, the ultimate finisher.
Stay back.
All the way of the Army at the moment, isn't it?
Back.
Whitaker can't take it. And pass from Koroyadi. Martin again. Nakamavutu. Prasad. Flicks one out. Says to Kwazabakatini. Finish this off. Kwazabakatini. Only just done that. Finish it off with style. Scorched the Twickenham turf, Kwazabakatini. It was a case of getting out to the quick guy and let him do his stuff. And that's exactly what Gus Kwazabakatini has done.
Oh, 70 minutes into the game, and it looks as if it's the first couple of seconds. Just the freshness, the spring in the legs. Kwazabakatini like a sprinter out of the blocks, and what a finish. Lovely step off the left foot.
Scored a hat-trick 2 years ago on his debut in this game. It was coming, wasn't it? Jack Prasad again had the vision to see. Look what it means to the fans. They know this game is safe now.
Well, Prasad, he's having an armchair ride because his pack is doing everything. Hold of them. They're winning the set piece. They're winning the collisions. They're getting across the gain line. And Prasad just unleashing the firepower out wide.
Cummings can't add the two after that wonderful conversion after the last try. Here's Prasad again. Beautiful floated pass.
9.
And all the space is out wide because the Navy defence having to be sucked into where the tackles are being made, where the initial threat is.
9. Just do it.
Well,
Send them on.
the flip side to that is the space is out wide, and that's where maybe the most dangerous players in this Army side lurk.
Oh, sorry. Actually, just try.
It's some effort, isn't it, to be mid-air and get your celebration in as well.
12-10.
Robbie Roberts is off.
10. 10.
John Court is on, wearing 16 in shot there.
10. 10. Max.
Paul Gittins is going off. Gerhard Vessels coming on.
Can we go, Max?
Dave Pascoe, the captain. Slade Jones comes across and gives him a handshake. The two old foes go years back, the rivalry between those two scrum half. Dave Pascoe, his work is done for the afternoon. Will he see him back here at Twickenham next year? Malachi Magnus is on as well, another speed merchant for the Army.
Well, it just shows the strength and depth of this Army side. Magnus has scored in every inter-service match this season. Vessel, South African under-21. Such strength and depth coming off the bench.
Lovely offload. Llewellyn has come on as well. Whitaker. Boller. Can't be stopped, can he? Vessels, classy operator, the South African. Plenty of Army Sevens rugby. Kerry Cummings fancies a little dart himself from fly half. Seru. Knocks it on though.
Well, the Army always gives a really good account of itself in the Middlesex Sevens, and you can see why with all these players.
You coming?
Beautiful pass.
Sorry, is it here? Here it is.
There's big Paul Llewellyn, debut season.
Okay, let's go. Oh, lads. Lads, let's
Not
go.
all doom and gloom this season for the Navy, of course. This is the big one. They'd like to win. Well, they did beat the French Navy early in the season, having lost to them the season before. They also beat the Irish Defence Force away early this season, the Navy. And of course beat the RAF 52 points to 3, but this is the big one they'd like to win. 39-10. About 6 or so minutes left. It would require a rugby miracle. Stranger things have happened. They do need the ball though.
Turn over.
Satana. Magnus. Boller's outside him. Martin is there as well. There's Boller. A huge handoff he possesses. Martin is caught in possession. The Army not looking after the ball there. Ricky Reeves arrives to try and salvage the situation. Magnus gets back to his feet. Corey Yardy. Ball is out. Greg Barden is the fastest to react. Wins a penalty. Cummins plays on. Ball comes across, but whistle has already gone.
Again, you see Satala and Bola combining on the far side.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right, okay.
Just big man. So difficult to stop in full flight.
Greg Barden has had a wonderful afternoon in what looks like a losing team, but Tyrone, time for your man of the match.
Well, several players in this Army side have put their hands up. It's very much been a Fijian day in the Army side. Satala, he normally gets it, such a big influence, but I'm going to go for his Fijian and back row colleague, Bola Baladai. He was the one that really got the Army back into this game when they were under pressure in the first half. They maybe missed out on that chance, but then Prasada came through. So my Babcock man of the match is Bola Baladai.
Johnny Stephen with a pass. Good angle from McRae. Navy won't give up, of course, until that final whistle is blown. Turn over again, Ball. He's had a good afternoon, the second row. Knows his way around the rugby field. Well, he's a map maker, should do. Ben Seru. Martin again. Corey Yardy. Cummins. Darrell Ball. Cummins is playing more and more at fly half. Nice, another try for the Army. Is it? No, Kwasi Bakatini is just brought down short.
Hands away.
Johnny Stephen, one of those tackling him. Llewellyn, he's seen the numbers. Seru, hat-trick for the little winger. But surely now is the game for the Army. And isn't everyone in the stadium who's wearing a red shirt absolutely delighted to see the Army go over 40 points on the scoreboard.
Well, these guys have turned on the style this afternoon. It took them a little while to get into the game, but just oozing class in this second half. And just a bit more composed, taking a lovely line. That's just tired bodies. He thought he's got a score there.
Yeah, good.
But Seru, he's been the main beneficiary.
He's been the man to finish things off, hasn't he? With all that hard work in front of him, in particular that back row. You've picked them out already, Turan. Apo Sitar, Joe Carver in that first half. And Bolla at 6. The Babcock man of the match is Kerry Cummings. 50% so far today. He likes this side. Just across the face of the post, but it won't matter to the end result. The Army shockwaves.
Well, the touch judge, he's still going. He's had a fair few shuttle runs from that halfway line to behind the posts.
You are a cruel man to run out. So easy sat here up in the commentary box, isn't it?
I think you'd have to get into the ice bath afterwards.
As I was saying before, you had to get your nasty jive in on the assistant referee. Here's Bolla, man of the match. Nakamavutu has been missed out. Magnus, he was there on a plate, surely, for Nakamavutu. Went for the big wide-out pass. In years to come, he will just give that simple pass, won't he?
Well, he knows himself. He did everything right, and he took what was the more difficult option. But they were just lining up outside him. Look at the pace. Huge sidestep as well. And look at that, steaming up just on his left shoulder. That's our man of the match. He's been superb all game. But the pass didn't go to the right player.
One last chance then for the Navy. Well, I was saying the result last year sent shockwaves through the Army, didn't it? Couldn't believe they'd lost. Lots of the better team on the day. But normal service has been resumed. The Army emphatically have won this game. It's been knocked on. There is the final whistle. And the Army have won here 44-10. And regained the Babcock Trophy. After an incredible start from the Navy, it was all the men in red. It was a juggernaut-type effort from the Army. Their power, their strength came to the fore.
Well, huge credit to those Navy players. They put their bodies on the line and they took the game to the Army in the opening 20 minutes, and they forced the Army to come up with something a little bit special, and my goodness, didn't they produce it. That last 8 minutes of the first half, and they just continued where they left off at half-time. That man Bolla flew his back row. Kava, Satala, they wreaked havoc with the ball in hand and the pace out wide as well. In the middle, Nakamavutu and the poacher, Ben Seru, getting a hat-trick. Tremendous performance from the Army.
Well, last year, the Navy ended the Army's 8 successive victories in this game. The Army were desperate to wrestle the Babcock Trophy back off the Navy, and that's exactly what they've done. Outside of that opening 11 minutes, there was only really one team in it.
Yeah, you cannot underestimate the value of bragging rights in the sport of rugby. And all around the world, those have been handed back to the Army. They've got the smiles on their faces, and it was an emphatic performance. The kicking might not have been the best, and normally in this sort of one-off occasion, your kicker plays a crucial role, but they didn't need him that much today. The tries just kept on coming.
365 days worth of bragging rights just been won in that last 80 minutes of rugby. Gareth Nessyn-Jones, not the farewell he would have wanted as Director of Rugby of the Navy, but he has done so much work with the Navy side. But it's the Army who are victorious today. That forward power came through, and as they always do, the prayer. We've said it before, but it's worth saying again. This means so much to these players, representing their families, their squadrons, their battalions, their ships, their regiments, their services. It's not just one man in a shirt, it's a huge amount of people in that one shirt.
You see Greg Barden there, the back row for the Navy. He can hold his head up high, never give up, and Gareth Nessyn-Jones, he cannot fault these Navy players for the level of effort, but just the precision was lacking, particularly in the second half, and they struggled to get control of the ball, control of the game. And if you give these guys the ball in attacking situations, they will punish you, as they did in the second 40.
Well, receiving his Man of the Match award, his Babcock Man of the Match award, Dave Pascoe. And in his 6th season as captain of this Navy side, he tasted victory last year. This year, he will taste that very bitter taste of defeat.
Yeah, he will, but he's very fortunate that he has been in the situation where he's been a winning captain. And, you know, in the last 10 years, there have been very few of those in the Navy. So he knows what it takes to win this game, and that's the sort of experience that the Navy will be hoping to develop over the next 12 months and get them back here. They try and get the bragging rights back.
Raj Cormac, become the most capped Navy lock of all time. Come back from operations, back from Afghanistan. Darryl Ball's come back from Afghanistan this week. And the likes of him and Gerhard Bessels, who go straight back out to Afghanistan early tomorrow. No time to celebrate, really, because these are all active servicemen. That's a point worth making. Still in full operations.
And you look at the appreciation of the crowd throughout the game, and you know, the point is not lost on them either, just the balance that these players have to have, and the focus while they come here and they give absolutely everything. The focus is on the professional lives and the incredibly serious and responsible roles that they've got to play.
The quality of rugby has to be admired with what they have to go through in their day jobs as professional servicemen.
And if anybody personifies it, it's that man there, Chris Budge, and how to actually balance a military career and also play some serious rugby as well.
So thanks from everyone to all the services for everything that they do. And how wonderful that it is celebrated here at the home of rugby. And a great occasion, nearly 63,000 people. Geraint Ashton-Jones nobly claps the Army because the best team has won here today at Twickenham. Presentation party of Peter Rogers, the Chief Executive of Babcock International Group, and the RFU's President Richard Appleby present the trophy. Well-deserved. Matty Stewart on the coaching staff for the Army, along with Andy Sanger, Bernie Bernard, Sean Fanning. Proud day for them all.
Well, Matty Stewart, he'll not be worried about the tries. He'll just come up and say, didn't we scrum well?
And they did. Apart from the one scrum, I can remember the Navy had. The Army are the 2011 Babcock Trophy winners. They've regained the trophy. Ben Hughes and Slade Jones raise the trophy. It is the Army who are victorious in the 2011 Babcock Trophy winners. They have beaten the Navy here comprehensively, 44 points to 10 in a second half of some quality.
Well, the Navy, the players, they cannot have any complaints. The better side on the day one. And you look also at the number of children there, and what's really notable outside, walking around the stadium, very much a family occasion. Everybody taking the opportunity to enjoy the good weather, to enjoy a feast of rugby on the pitch, but not forgetting, you know, just a little bit of perspective as well, you know, amidst all the celebrations.
For 69 minutes, the Navy did not score. The Army just kept scoring. Seven tries unanswered. And for that, you have to say, the best team here at Twickenham has won the day. They also pick up the Inter-Services trophy as well, having beaten the RAF earlier this season.
Yeah, you can't really complain with 7 tries, and there was a mixture of everything in them as well. Good set piece, big scrum really from start to finish, and on 1 or 2 occasions the Navy got back into it, but the pack definitely had the upper hand in the Army. And then beautiful half-back play. Jack Prasad just controlling things, putting pace on the ball, taking to the gain line, good passes, and then flying machines out wide. So ball carriers in the back row, quality props, and Hooker doing the scrummaging, decent line out, got quick ball off the top, putting lots of good paces together, and really top-class finishers out wide.
So the Army have the Babcock Trophy, they have the Inter-Services Bowl Trophy. It's a clean sweep for the men in red. It has been a wonderful occasion, as it always is here at Twickenham. Family occasion enjoyed by almost 63,000 people. It's the Army who have won here 44 points to 10.
More sport, news, views and video on Sky Player, Sky Mobile TV and at skysports.com.